following account is based on a true and tragic event. Some material may be deeply upsetting and graphic. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. In a state known for its quiet, unassuming communities, the calm surface of Elwood, Nebraska was shattered in May 2025. What happened to the Koch family, Jeremy, Bailey, and their two sons, Hudson and Asher, was a tragedy so profound it defied comprehension. A story of love, hope, and an unaddressed battle with mental illness that would ultimately claim 4 lives. This is a closer look at the family behind the headlines, the heartbreaking events of their final days, and the powerful message they left behind. At the center of this story were Jeremy and Bailey Koch, a couple from Koch, Nebraska. For years, they were known not just as a devoted husband and wife, but as public advocates in their community. Bailey, a special education teacher, was a beacon of support for their children and a tireless champion for mental health awareness. Her platform was a Facebook page called Anchoring Hope for Mental Health, where she shared their most personal struggles. They had 2 sons who were full of promise. Hudson, 18, was a senior at Koch High School with a bright future ahead of him. His mother had shared his passion for bonsai, a craft he was so good at he was preparing to move to California for a 3-year apprenticeship after graduation. His younger brother Asher, 16, was a beloved sophomore and a member of the varsity golf team. Friends and family described them as a close-knit unit, active in their church and community. Their home near Elwood, Nebraska was a place of stability and warmth, making the news of their deaths all more jarring. The day of the tragedy, Saturday, May 10th, 2025, should have been a day of celebration. Hudson was scheduled to graduate that very afternoon. Instead, at approximately 9:45 a.m., deputies from the Dawson County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to the Koch family home at Plum Creek Canyon No. 1. Inside, they found the bodies of Jeremy, Bailey, Hudson, and Asher. Authorities quickly determined there was no wider threat to the public, suggesting the violence was confined within those 4 walls. The initial findings by the Nebraska State Patrol were chilling. Jeremy, 42, was believed to have fatally stabbed his wife, Bailey, 41, and their 2 sons before taking his own life. All 4 had suffered fatal knife wounds. A single knife was recovered at the scene. Autopsies were ordered to confirm the details, but the case was immediately treated as a murder-suicide. The person who made the horrific discovery was Bailey's own father, Lane Kugler. He would later speak out about the unimaginable pain of that moment, describing what he saw as something that would haunt me for the rest of my life. His public statements, however, offered a crucial insight. He framed the tragedy not as an act committed by the man he knew and loved, but by a diseased mind. He explained that Jeremy had been in the grip of severe mental illness which had turned into psychosis. Lane's words gave the community a lens through which to understand the incomprehensible violence, placing the blame squarely on a broken mental health system. For years, Bailey had been fighting a desperate, public battle to save her husband. On her Facebook page, she revealed that Jeremy had been diagnosed with severe depression in 2009. He had survived at least 4 suicide attempts over the next 6 years, with one near-fatal crash in 2012 that left him with multiple severe injuries. The family's financial situation was also deteriorating. Jeremy's illness made it difficult for him to work consistently, putting a strain on their 19-year-old landscaping business. Just days before her death, Bailey had started a GoFundMe campaign titled Jeremy's Battle, Mental Health Support Needed, to help with bills and treatment costs. The campaign raised over $20,000, a testament to the community's support, but it also painted a picture of a family pushed to their limit. In her post, Bailey was brutally honest. She wrote, "I have no pride left. Mental illness is taking my husband from me, and I'm begging you to open your eyes and see the reality that this is society's mental health crisis." She detailed a terrifying incident from March where she woke up to find Jeremy standing over her with a knife, ready to end his own life. She was able to talk him down, and he agreed to go back to inpatient care. Her posts show a roller coaster of hope and despair. Jeremy underwent electroconvulsive therapy, but it was discontinued when his condition worsened. On May 8th, just 2 days before the tragedy, she posted that he had been discharged from the hospital with a safety plan in place. She was hopeful about a new treatment, transcranial magnetic stimulation, which they were trying to get approved by their insurer. In her final post on May 9th, she expressed optimism, writing that she felt they were being led to a solution. The next day, the news of their deaths began to spread. The loss of the Koch family left an indelible scar on Dawson County. The emptiness of Hudson's seat at his high school graduation became a powerful symbol of the community's grief. Local churches and schools organized vigils and offered counseling services, a network of support trying to make sense of the senseless. But the tragedy also sparked a crucial conversation. The family's relatives, including Lane Kugler, called the U.S. mental health care system a disaster and a catastrophe. They argued that the deaths were a direct result of a system that fails to provide sufficient resources and support for individuals in crises and their families. The Koch family's story highlights the unique challenges faced by rural communities, which have often limited access to mental health care, fewer specialists, and a deeply ingrained stigma around seeking help. The family's public advocacy, even in the face of judgment and fear, was an effort to bridge this gap. In the end, the Koch family's mission to anchoring hope was not in vain. While their lives were cut tragically short, their story has become a powerful call to action. It is a reminder that mental illness is a disease, not a choice, and that its devastating impact extends far beyond the individual. In remembering Bailey, Hudson, and Asher, and in grappling with Jeremy's struggles, the community of Elwood, Nebraska faces the difficult task of healing while carrying forward the memory of a family that fought to bring light to a silent crisis. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe, like this video, and comment down below what the most disturbing part about this story was. Again, thank you, and we'll see you next time.